Hi there, this is Aaron. Today is Saturday the 13th of July and it's day 11 on the allotment. We've reached day 11. It's just after 9:30 in the morning. I'm here for the first time really in the morning rather than the afternoon. Reason for that is because myself and my wife were going out this evening, going into London to meet some friends and see a show. So there are things that I need to get done here in the morning and up until just after lunchtime. So let's take a look around. The first thing to notice is that the compost heap has gradually been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I've been coming down and gradually starting to do some weeding as I go through, because if I wasn't careful I was going to sort of be in danger of digging one bed and losing another one that I'd previously dug to weed straight away. So I'm having to split my time between digging and weeding what I've done. Now there is some good news, because you may remember that 2 weeks ago now I put in some more potatoes in here. I believe there was some Charlotte potatoes. I put 4 in either side, and I'm pleased to say that on this side, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 come up here, and on this side we're not doing quite so well. There's 1. Now I'm fairly sure that whatever it was that dug that hole had 1 of them, and possibly 2 of them, but I am still waiting for the other one to come up, which is over there, and it would please me greatly if he does. So we'll give him a bit of time and see what's going on. The other potatoes are really doing very well indeed. These that were originally planted out in a bag, they've all come up, and there's one of them there that's not doing amazingly well, and he sort of looks as if he's going to die at any second, and then he recovers, so we'll carry on. This one here, if I just get out of the light, I think there's potatoes developing there, because if you look down, the earth is actually starting to crack on that mound. So there's something pushing out on that. So I think there's potatoes coming through. So those are the ones that I started off in the bag. They're not doing as well as these that were chitting and went in the ground as tubers. Now this bad boy here, he's really going for it, and he's sort of like a foot and a half tall now. So very, very pleased, very pleased. They're all thriving, they're all doing well there. My tomato that I planted, he seems to be doing okay. He's growing up straightly, he has grown and is padding out a bit. Over here, no sign of the 4 potatoes that are planted here, but there is an awful lot of earth on top of there, which I need to sort of take off at some point. You will notice, I hope, that also sort of in this bed, where everything is, there's fewer weeds than there were. I've been coming down and staying on top of it. Obviously, and every gardener will know this, they grow back as soon as you turn your back, and I can see now that I've got some bindweed coming up, so I'll have to pull that out. I've got my broad beans that are identified and doing well there, so I've weeded around those. Around here, this badly needs weeding. There's some of the, I don't know if you can see sort of like in there, there's the lettuce that was given that then got attacked by slugs and has now been trying to recover, and looks as if it's been attacked again and is now getting strangled by weeds. So I'm going to try and give these guys a fighting chance where I can. Now these canes, it's really interesting because I don't know the first thing about raspberry canes. And I looked online, and all the raspberry canes that I saw that people were planting in the ground had roots already on them. Now, these didn't. They were just sticks. So I don't know if I suppose to have done something else with them first of all. I don't know if they were duds. I don't know if once they're in the ground they grow their roots. I haven't got the first clue. What I do know is that there doesn't seem to be an awful lot of life happening. I'll continue to water them, but I suspect either I've done something wrong here or they were never going to grow in the first place. Round here, now, I've been spotting lots of bindweed, and now you can see grass coming up as well. Couch grass and bindweed and everything. I need to get in here because it looks as if these are useful plants and they could easily be blackberries or raspberries. So I need to get in and weed around here as well to give these a fighting chance, so that hopefully next year I can have some blackberries or raspberries. My plan today is to weed the beds that we've got, and also to see if I can get some of those tomato plants in. So that's the plan, that's what we're up to. Let's see how I get on. I'm going to get on with it. Talk to you later. Hi there again. Right, okay, well, I'm actually speaking to you on Sunday. So really and truly, this is now day 12, and the reason for that is because I had so much to do yesterday and so little time to do it in that I actually didn't film at the end of the day, but I did do loads. I weeded the beds, and particularly on that first bed, if I needed more confirmation as to how badly I dug that first bed, I found it as I was weeding, putting stuff out, and oh my lord, I am definitely going to dig that bed again. I've also managed to convince myself that there are some runner beans growing. I think it's my ego really that I can't really take the disappointment that none of them came up at all. I'm less sure now that I've weeded, because what I thought might be a runner bean I've found elsewhere where I definitely didn't plant runner beans, so I think they are probably weeds. I don't think I pulled up any runner beans thinking that they're weeds. I've just got to, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let me turn the camera around and I'll show you. Here is the first bed with the raspberry canes in. Now, as I say, today's Sunday. I weeded it yesterday. There are a few that are starting to come back already, but as you can see, that is, number one, a much better till on the top, and number two, the vast majority of weeds have now gone. They're not infesting my greens anymore. And the greens actually look as if they are trying to recover again. So as long as I can keep the slugs and the pests off them, these look as if they certainly want to live. Moving round to what was my first bed, but the second one along, we've got the broad beans there, and they're doing very nicely indeed. And again, you see that wherever the broad beans are, the vast majority of the weeds, and certainly the big weeds, have been pulled up. Then moving over here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Charlotte potatoes coming through, and then you can also see that all along here I've now got tomato plants, so that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and this one at the end that was already put in, 13 tomato plants that are planted in between the potatoes. Now what I hope is happening is that the potatoes are growing in the mound and the tomatoes are growing between that, and so the two won't stop each other maturing. But if we pull back a little bit, that actually is starting to look like a real allotment bed, that one. So let's just do the rest of the plot like that, and I will be well happy. So there we have it. That's what I did yesterday. Today I've got to shoot off as well, be back for 3:30. I didn't get here until 12. So all in all, days 11 and 12 probably add up to one day. I'm certainly going to put them in the same video. I'll show you what I get up to next, which is digging of the more of the third bed. I don't expect to get very far on that because time is pressing on now, but I'll see you at the end. Cheers. It's getting towards the end of the day now where well actually it's still the middle of the day, but I actually have to get back because we have other things that we're due at. So let's take a look around and see what I did for days 11 and 12. The first thing to look at is you see these bushes, which we now believe are either raspberry bushes or blackberry bushes. Well, they were really overgrown with couch grass and also with bindweed that was strangling everything. Well, I've pulled on the surface that off. What it's confirmed to me is that the ground, like everywhere on this plot, is absolutely full of stuff I don't want. So once I do get an area clear, an area dedicated for fruit, these have got to come out so that I can cultivate this area and pull the weeds out. But it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, we've got 5 fruit-bearing plants there, which would be fantastic, which is a nice little legacy that's been left behind. You see that we've pulled a load of stuff out of the ground. Most of that is from over there, but it's also from out of the ground where I was planting the tomatoes. Coming over here, you might remember there were 2 boxes that were full of tomatoes. Well, one of those is completely empty, and there's also a space in there. They're just sitting in water so that they won't get too dry. They're ready to plant. I've got to find somewhere to plant them. Over here everything's been watered, so we've got our 13 tomatoes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 tomatoes over there, and all of our potatoes are doing well. So I've put some more slug pellets down. And I'll also put some in there for those last ones because that's where I was digging, where they got moved. There's probably room for another 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 tomatoes along there, depending on whether these potatoes come up or not. If they don't come up, then I can fit another 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... possibly 8 tomatoes can be planted in there, which will whittle that box down quite a lot. Right, over here we've got the weeds beginning to grow back already, but as you can see my broad beans are now looking completely able to survive and thrive on their own. I showed you the greens a little while ago. They're having another go at living. Still not sure if these are going to live. So that's the day. That was day 11 and 12 on the allotment. I think these days have really been about tidying up what's there. I think that that's only right so that I don't lose what I have done. So tidying up the bits you have done, which don't take as long as doing it first time, doing the rest of it, gradually digging my way across. In fact, actually one of my allotment neighbours sort of came over and just said, oh yeah, you're digging your way over, cultivating bits of the soil as I can, where I can, so that hopefully next year we'll be off to a flyer. Anyway, this is Sunday. We're off now to a little party. Whatever you're doing, I hope you're having fun, and I'll see you next time on the next allotment video. Cheers, bye.